Lads, you did this to me! Why? You got me 15 likes, and I appreciate it, but what the hell? Now I have to do a wish list. All right, let's talk about a wish list. What do I want from this ban list? Well, let's see, what do I want banned? Just Verde Anaconda. Like, my prediction was also the only thing I really see that needs hit. I don't think the format is super unhealthy. If anything, I think it's actually in one of the healthiest states it's been in years. So, my wish list would be allowing more decks to be viable. And the best way that I see for us to be able to do that is starting with banning Verde Anaconda. I hope he edits that here. Outside of Verde Anaconda, I don't want anything else banned. I think the way the format's flowing right now, nothing else needs hit. And anybody that is complaining about anything silly like card prices are too expensive, yeah, well, that's card games in general. So, deal with it. And like, cards are going to be reprinted, and it's going to change the market, and that's to sell product, which is the only way Konami makes money, which is the only way that they stay in business to continue doing this. Like, I don't understand that argument. It doesn't make any sense to me. But regardless, Pro to Play Verde Anaconda, I want you out of here. Next up, Limited. I think Revolt is the right card to hit, but I really would rather, if anything, Fire Formation Tanky to go to 1. I think that card kind of breaks open the consistency and allows Konami to be lazy with card design in the future. And it's Rhoda, while it may have more stops and more outs to it because it's a continuous spell card, Fire Formation Tanky going to 1 would allow other cards to be able to come back. Things like Luna Lights and things like that could actually come back, because Luna Lights aren't hyper consistent anymore. Next up is cards I'd like back, like Thunder Dragon Colossus. I actually think it would be okay to come back to 1 the more I think about it, but it's a very powerful card, and a lot of cards are going to have to come back to balance that level of power. If that happens, I do understand that the market is going to go crazy with, what's it called? Nemesis. The Nemesis archetype will go absolutely bonkers, and that might be a really good thing because it's going to move some older product and really kind of excite people about the game. I also think that Orchest Harp Horror can come back to 1. I would love it to come back to 1. I've been calling for it for a while. It was not the problem then. It is not the problem now. It is the most restrictive of all 4 of the cards that were hit from the Eternal format. And I don't understand why it's still at 0. Like, I don't get it. That should have been the first one off. But I understand Dark is a very heavily supported attribute, so it's fine. That being said, Harp Horror coming back to 1, not an issue. The next card I'd like to see come back to 1 is Heavy Metal Foes Electromite. I like Pendulum. You've seen this channel. If you've been here for a little while, you know I like Pendulum. It's not because I like Pendulum. And I'm not calling to free everything Pendulum, because that would be stupid. But I think with Astrograph Sorcerer banned, I think with Servant of Endymion at 1, and I think with all these new kind of really cool mechanics going on with Pendulum, with Soulful Chord and other things, I think that card coming to back to 1, and no more than 1, is actually perfectly fine and allows Pendulum a higher chance and a higher ceiling of being able to succeed in this game. Those are the big 3 cards that I'd really like to have back. You could even make the argument for Lunalight Tiger to come back to 1. No more than 1, but the Lunalight Tiger being able to come back to 1 allows Lunalights a better card, a strong card to be able to, play the game with. So that would be outside of like maybe Eva, and you could make the argument to ban Eva, like I said. Eva going to 1 would actually be really helpful. It kind of limits the power of Drytron without destroying the deck. It just makes it more resource management reliant instead of being able to just say, bleh! No, you just vomit on your opponent's field. So those would be my limits. I actually think that it would be better if they bypassed, if they just Konami just said, come with us, perform without scroll pro bad Joker, and just frolic right on up to the unlimited section and threw it over there. I don't think anything else really needs to come off the ban list to be limited. I think it's actually fine. But that being said, there's things that they could do. Double Iris Magician should also be right to 3. Those cards go into 3. Electromite at 1. Would Pendulum Magician be a good deck again? Yes, it would be playable. It would excite players because there's more decks available in the format, and that is a really, really good and healthy thing. This video is very quick-paced, and it's very off the cusp. But my wish list is simple. Keep the format healthy, because I'm loving this format. You can play literally anything, and it's amazing. And you all are amazing. Thank you very much for getting me 15 likes in a very short period of time. My prediction list, the video will be in the card at some point throughout this video. It should be right now. Giving my editor more work is always great. And it's exciting to be playing right now. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, feel free to hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. And if you were waiting to hear about Max C, yeah, I don't want it back. That's why it's not here. That card's not healthy. And if you think it is, you're wrong. And until next time, lads, good fun. Have luck.